Yeah. Told y'all I was gonna be getting back at y'all, right? Man, first and foremost, man, I just want to start off, you know what I'm saying, as always. Just hoping everybody just been around them good vibes, you know what I'm saying? You've been working on your three P's, you did. Positive progress production, man, because that's where we going, because that's where we intend on ending up at, you did. But today, man, I just want to give y'all another point of view, you know what I'm saying? More a little positive note. I want to talk to you guys today about one of Africa's great and most prominent kings who ever lived. He is deemed to be one of the richest people in the world, if not the richest person who ever lived. You dig? So the great king name was Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa was the king of the Maui Empire. You know what I'm saying? And basically he came to power, I do believe, in what is it, 1312, and he just made so many vast changes and created so many opportunity to grow the wealth. You know, Maui lands on the west coast of Africa, so they had great resources. It's a place with great resources, you know, gold, minerals, you know, just great natural resources, you know. And he was a person, he capitalized on that, and he opened up different, you know, trade routes for so he can have contact with different parts of the world, and that's what he did, and he capitalized, and he became honestly one of the richest people in the world. I mean, he already had access to gold, but I mean, he was filthy rich. So in 1924, I mean, I'm sorry, that in 1324, he uh, he was a devout Muslim. So what he did was he decided to take his, you know, his trip to Mecca. So he didn't go by himself. This guy went took his pilgrimage. I'm sorry, to Mecca. He took. I mean, the story said, or the legend said, that he had, you know, I mean, honestly, like tens of thousands of people with him when he made his pilgrimage to Mecca. I mean, they went through traveled through all of Africa. I mean, handing out just endless of gifts and giving people gold and buying souvenirs. I mean, to the point that, you know, I mean, they were building schools, and he was meeting different royals and meeting different people, and these people, I mean, this Maui Empire, this was the first time that people were really exposed to this empire, and they were just astonished by the things that what this man was doing. I mean, this man was, I mean, he was filthy rich. He was giving away everything to everybody. I mean, to the point that it was said he rode into Cairo and gave away so much gold that it inflated the economy, and it didn't balance back out for years. You know, I mean, seriously. So, like I said, he made his trip to Mecca. He did you know make it there. The journey took about a year. So he went to Mecca and back in about a year with all these, you know, tens of thousands of people, honestly, and I mean donkeys and I mean, you know what I'm saying, I mean, I'm sorry, camels and horses, or whatever else, and I mean, people who job was to just carry, hundreds of people who jobs was to just carry gold. You know what I'm saying? So this guy, yeah, I mean that just lets you know how phenomenal his empire was. You know what I'm saying? Like, really. Um, so, you know, okay, once making his pilgrimage or whatever, he bought a lot of the architects and other, you know, different people back to Maui. You know what I'm saying? Maui actually was expanded by Mansa Musa, and, you know, it annexed Timbuktu, which Timbuktu is one of the great, you know, cities of learning from Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure everybody's pretty much heard the story about Timbuktu. Yes, that is real, and that's one of the great cities of African culture, and one of the basis of learning that we have today. It's made many of different people. But so what he did was, on his way back, you know, when he got back, he decided to he industrialized Maui. Basically, he built him a mosque, and he built, several other things, homes and several other things. So he was basically one of the first people to industrialize Africa. That's what this guy did. I mean, this guy was such basically an odyssey, is what I'm gonna call it. He was such an odyssey that, when they made the world map, the Atlas map, and for that era, they had this guy on the bottom of the map. The map was made with different pictures. So his picture was depicting Africa. Him sitting on the throne. I mean, and this was drawn up by a European person. So that just lets you know how they felt and how they thought about this guy. But what I'm saying, like I said, he's one of the greatest, and like I said, might have been the richest person who ever lived, and he was not a stingy person. He focused on building up people and making, helping people learn, what I'm saying, building institutions for people to worship and helping them learn, because he was one of the people who did not it's not enforced Islam on somebody, but he was one of the first people who embraced Islam in that region. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so he did that. So he built this mosque, and he paid his part. He built mosques and houses and store areas everywhere. So what I'm saying, he was a big part of African history. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, for us to have to have that in our lineages, what I'm saying, lineage, basically, because like I said, we're all, what I'm saying, Africans or whatever, and like for us to just, these are the people we come from. We come from real kings and queens, man, and we have to know that, and we have to act accordingly to it. You know what I'm saying? And the funny part is, man, all this, man, Greek building and all this. You know what? I just throw this in to say this, and just to throw this out there. Funny part, the same routes that he built, for all this trading and things that he was doing on the west coast of Africa, was the same routes they came and made into the Atlantic slave trade. That is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I assume they probably caught notice of this guy, because they really didn't even know about the area, and then he brought the attention to saying he brought the attention to that area, and I guess they came and experienced the trade routes, and probably the way that that they could get away with getting what they needed accomplished. And hey, lo and behold, now we have a whole Atlantic slave trade, right? But anyway, though, man, I just say, man, just what I'm saying, just stay alert, man. Know that we do come from something, and what I'm saying, stay on top of things, man. No sleep game, for real, all night, every day, man. Yeah, for real.